When you're positioning yourself, you have to position yourself from the value that you add, not the work that you do. Your value is in your experience. Your value is in that you've seen things before. Your value is in what you can bring to something. It's in your thinking. You, as a fractional, get paid for value because the reality, and it's the old story. And I remember I heard this story in my 20s. There's a major manufacturing plant that pumps out millions of widgets a day, right? And on these widgets, they're making millions and millions of dollars a day. And all of a sudden, one day on a Wednesday, the big machine in the plant shuts down and no one can figure out what to do. And the manager comes and says, call the technician. And they call the technician, and the technician comes in and says, what's going on? And the manager explains how the machine shut down. And the technician says, okay. And he walks over, he opens a panel, he pulls out a screwdriver, he turns a screw 1/4 turn, presses a button, widget starts popping out once again, machine is back on, and he hands them an invoice for $200,000. The manager says, I'm not going to pay you $200,000 for just turning a 1/4 screw. And this is the problem that you have because you think this is what's going on, okay? You're thinking, I only turned a 1/4 screw. That's not worth $200,000. However, that 1/4 screw that you turned allowed them to pump out millions of widgets that made millions of dollars. The value in that 1/4 turn is worth a lot. And so when you're positioning yourself, you have to position yourself from the value that you add, not the work that you do. Your value is in your experience. Your value is in that you've seen things before. Your value is in what you can bring to something. It's in your thinking.
Yeah. In the factory where the machine was down, every day they lost $5 million in productivity, as to use your example.
Mm-hmm.
Could they have sent all of their smart guys into the room, into the machine, try to figure it out? Probably. Let's say it took them a week. Let's say it took them 10 days to figure it out. That's hundreds of millions of dollars in lost profitability. At that point, they're going to call the engineer and say, I'll pay you 200 grand right now in cash before you leave. Because that value was so high. So as a fractional, you may have spent 10, 20, 30 years building your craft, building your knowledge, building your expertise, and you're bringing acceleration to the business.
Yeah.
You're getting them there in a matter of sometimes weeks or months, where it would take them months or years to get there on their own. What's
Yes.
the value of doing that? If that's of worth to them, they will understand the value.